internet feels endless. Billions of websites, millions of conversations happening every second. Most of it is ordinary. People sharing opinions, posting photos, arguing in comment sections. But sometimes, an ordinary user stumbles into something that feels different. A thread that disappears while people are still discussing it. A YouTube channel that uploads videos even though no one seems to control it. A file that continues changing even after it has been downloaded. Moments like these are rare, but when they happen, the disturbing part usually isn't what someone finds. It's realizing that whatever they discovered was never supposed to be seen. The internet was built to store information, but over time, it has also become a place where strange digital traces accumulate. Archived discussions, abandoned accounts. Most of these are harmless artifacts of an enormous network. But every so often, an ordinary internet user notices something that doesn't behave the way it should. In this video, we'll look at 3 unsettling discoveries made by people who were simply browsing online. Discoveries that raised one uncomfortable question. Were these things meant to exist at all? It started as a normal discussion. Late one night, a Reddit user was browsing through a small technology forum dedicated to old operating systems. The thread had only a few comments. Someone had asked a simple question. They had discovered an unfamiliar network process running on their computer, something that appeared in the task manager every night around the same time. The original poster shared screenshots. The process name looked random, a string of letters and numbers that didn't match any known program. At first, the replies were predictable. Other users suggested it might be malware or a background service from a forgotten application. One commenter recommended scanning the system and checking the file location, a typical troubleshooting discussion. But after about 20 minutes, the thread began changing. A new reply appeared. The account that posted it had been created only minutes earlier. The message was short, just one sentence. Stop looking into that process. At first, people assumed it was a joke. Anonymous internet threads often attract strange replies, but something about the message felt oddly specific. The account had replied directly to the original poster, not to the thread itself. And within minutes, 2 more new accounts appeared. Both posted similar messages. Leave it alone, delete the process, and move on. Now, the thread had shifted from technical discussion to confusion. Users started asking who these accounts were. The accounts didn't answer. Instead, they continued posting short warnings. Then one user decided to check the profile of the first account, and something strange appeared. The account had only one activity. The comment in that thread, no posts, no karma, no history. It looked as if the account had been created solely to reply there. Within the next 10 minutes, the thread grew quickly. More people joined the discussion. Some users began analyzing the screenshots posted by the original poster. They noticed something unusual about the process. The file location appeared to be inside a temporary system directory that normally deletes itself during restart. But the file in the screenshot had a timestamp from earlier that same day, even though the computer had supposedly restarted multiple times. People began speculating. Was the process recreating itself? Was it connecting to something external? Then the thread abruptly disappeared. At first, users assumed the original poster had deleted it. But when people checked the archive tools that store Reddit pages, something strange appeared. The thread existed, but the final section was missing. Comments from the last 15 minutes were gone. Even the screenshots had vanished. Only the earlier technical replies remained, and the original poster never logged into the account again. YouTube channels disappear all the time. Creators abandon accounts. Old projects are forgotten. Sometimes channels sit untouched for years, but one small channel behaved differently. The channel had fewer than 50 subscribers. Its name was random, just a string of characters. The account had existed for nearly 6 years, but what caught attention was its upload history. Every video had been uploaded exactly once per month, not approximately. Exactly. The timestamps were almost identical. The first video had been uploaded in 2017, and since then, the channel had posted a new video on the same day each month. For years, the videos themselves were simple. Most lasted around 30 seconds. They showed quiet footage of ordinary places, parking lots, empty hallways, street corners at night. No narration, no music, just ambient sound. At first, the channel attracted no attention until someone noticed something strange in one of the uploads. In a video showing an empty office hallway, a reflection appeared briefly in a glass door. It looked like someone holding a camera, but the camera angle didn't match the reflection. The video appeared to be filmed from a fixed position, like a security camera. Yet, the reflection suggested someone standing in the hallway holding equipment. This discovery led people to examine other uploads, and a pattern began to appear. Many of the videos looked like surveillance footage. The camera positions were static, the framing was unnatural for handheld recording, and the locations were oddly mundane. Storage rooms, parking garages, office corridors. Users began leaving comments asking who ran the channel, but no one responded. Then, someone checked the channel's account details. There was no linked social media, no description, no creator information, nothing that identified who owned it. And yet, the uploads continued. Exactly once per month, always within the same 2-minute window. Eventually, one viewer downloaded several videos to analyze their metadata. That's when the discovery became more disturbing. The metadata didn't show any camera model. Instead, the file source field contained something unusual: a network path, a local server address, as if the video files had been exported directly from a security recording system, not from a camera. And the timestamps embedded in the files didn't match the upload dates. Some videos had been recorded years earlier, but they were uploaded months apart. The implication was unsettling. Someone had access to a large archive of surveillance footage and was slowly uploading it, one clip at a time. But the most disturbing detail came later. After several people began discussing the channel on forums, the next month's upload never appeared. Instead, the channel vanished completely, deleted without explanation. The third discovery began with a shared download link. A user on a programming forum posted a compressed archive containing experimental code. According to the description, it was a prototype tool designed to test network data compression. The file was small, only a few megabytes. Several people downloaded it out of curiosity. One of them decided to inspect the contents. Inside the archive were a few text files and a compiled executable. The documentation described the program as a simple test environment, but when the user opened one of the text files, something looked odd. The file contained a log, lines of timestamps followed by short entries. At first, the entries looked like system diagnostics, network connections, data packets, compression ratios. But while reading the file, the user noticed something strange. The timestamps were current, not from the past. They matched the exact time the file was open. At first, the user assumed it was a formatting error, but then another line appeared. The file updated. While it was open, another entry appeared a few seconds later. Then another. The user refreshed the file. More lines appeared. The log was growing in real time. But the file was stored locally. It had been extracted from the archive. There should have been no connection to the original source. Curious, the user checked the file properties. The modification timestamp kept changing every few seconds. Even though no program was actively writing to it, the executable file inside the archive had not been run. Nothing should have been interacting with the log. The user posted about it on the forum. Other people downloaded the archive to test it. But when they extracted the files, the log behaved normally. It didn't update. Only the original user seemed to experience the strange behavior. Then something even stranger happened. A new entry appeared in the log, but it wasn't a diagnostic message. It was a file path, a directory path that existed on the user's computer, followed by a timestamp. The log had somehow referenced a folder outside the archive, a folder unrelated to the program. Concerned, the user disconnected the computer from the internet. The log continued updating every few seconds, adding entries, referencing different folders, directories that existed only on that machine. Eventually, the user deleted the files. The forum thread discussing the archive disappeared shortly afterward, and the download link stopped working. But according to the user who originally opened the file, the log entries had continued appearing for several minutes, even after the file had been deleted. The internet records everything: files, messages, fragments of activity that linger long after their creators disappear. Most of the time, these traces are harmless, but occasionally, someone finds something that behaves in ways it shouldn't. Threads that vanish, channels with no owner, files that seem to know more than they should. And when that happens, the unsettling realization isn't that the internet is mysterious. It's that somewhere within its billions of connections, there may still be things online that were never meant to be discovered.